The history of Clinton Devon Estates can be traced back nearly 500 years. In the 16th century, two notable families bought land in the county: the Rolls, London merchants, and the Clintons, descendants of a barony dating back to the 13th century. In the 17th century, these two dynasties were joined by marriage, and by 1883 the Roll estate was the largest in Devon. Today, the estates remain a family concern, a business founded on core values of respect for the past, combined with aspirations for a sustainable future for the estates and the wider community, both in economic and environmental terms.
I think we have a continuity of many centuries of work here in Devon. We have to take our impact on this countryside very seriously, and we take a long-term view, not just the next board meeting, like a PLC might be doing. We do look to the future generations, not only for the family, but for the people who live and work here on the estates and the wider environment.
Spread over 25,000 acres, the Clinton Devon estates comprise the Henton estate in North Devon and the Beer and Clinton estates in East Devon, plus one of the most important conservation sites in Britain, the East Devon Pebblebed Heaths. Not surprisingly, farming and forestry form a significant part of this land management business. On Clinton land, the focus on forest management has resulted in a level of woodland cover almost twice the national average. This commitment has received international recognition from the Forest Stewardship Council.
The forestry and woodlands occupy some 17% of the estate's land area and therefore have an important role to play in that integrated land management on the estate. The woodlands, it's a very long-term investment, typically 50 years from planting a crop to harvesting timber. But they not only provide a sustainable source and continuous flow of sustainable timber, they also provide wildlife habitats, a lot of opportunity for public recreation, walking and access and mountain biking. And in the East Devon area of outstanding natural beauty, have a very significant landscape role with very prominent woodlands on hilltops.
Timber from the estates that used to be taken as far as Wales for processing is now used to create biomass fuel locally, saving hundreds of road miles in carbon emissions. Not only does this heat the estate's head office, but also County Hall in Exeter and the crocodile enclosure at Paignton Zoo. The estates own or manage 17,000 acres of farmland. Each year, Clinton farms alone produce 3.5 million litres of milk, whilst observing the very highest animal welfare and environmental standards. Here at one of the home farms, a new storage lagoon has been created, which allows dirty water to be pumped directly from the dairy 12 months of the year for distribution on the land when it's most needed in spring. The result? A decrease in nitrates in local watercourses and free fertiliser on the land.
The idea is that we spread the dirty water at the time of year when the crops need it to grow, rather than at the time of the year when we've got most produced. Longer term, the cost saving is the fact that we've saved the plant nutrients for the time of year when they're going to use it to grow, rather than putting them on a crop where they're not going to be used and it just gets washed off.
There are also 2 share farms and 30 tenanted farms. Pinkhill Farm has been rented by the Nanscoville family since 1935, and it's likely that one day a new generation will take over the reins.
Well, we've had a very good relationship over the years. Economies of scale has been quite a big thing in the farming world, with the cost of machinery, and spreading our costs over a larger acreage has meant that we've been able to carry on in farming as we would like and maintain an income for our family and our farm workers.
I can't wait to leave school and take on the farm from my dad from when I'm a bit older, and just farm really. I mean, I can't really picture myself doing anything else.
The estates will always be a mixture of the traditional and the innovative, and investing in new ideas that make sense financially and environmentally is key to the estate's approach to 21st century land management. As well as this innovative approach to farming and forestry, Devon Estates has embraced its role in not only sustaining but growing the rural economy. Annually, it spends over £4 million with 1,100 local suppliers directly boosting the local economy. Its investments in other areas such as commercial property provide facilities for 120 businesses and an estimated 1,500 rural jobs.
Devon Estates, we obviously lease the building from them and have done for the last 10 years and probably for the next 10 years. But we also supply Devon Estates with our products for their offices and events that they do throughout the year.
The estates own 4 commercial and industrial sites, including South Farm Court, the Old Sawmills Industrial Estate, Dotton Business Units and Liverton Business Park near Exmouth. This is a place where high street names mix with small and medium-sized local companies to create a vibrant business and retail centre.
The main benefit for us was much bigger facilities. We were really pushed for space. We only had 6 car parking spaces and our clients were having difficulty getting in to see us, and we got the opportunity to purpose build something right from scratch, clean sheet of paper. Where do we want everything? What site do we want? And it was a huge advantage to us.
At the heart of the Clinton ethos is the desire to help sustain thriving local communities. And as well as business premises, the estates own houses and cottages, playing fields and allotments. Pupils from Drake's Primary School in East Budleigh enjoy outdoors learning at their dedicated plot on the edge of the village.
It's fresh air and it makes a change from lessons. Yeah, and I like growing all the fruit.
It's a great opportunity for them to see their environment. It's good that they can see something from beginning to end and then do something with it.
Some tenants have turned their home into their business.
We're just running a small farmhouse bed and breakfast. We're very relaxed, easygoing B&B. We have kids, we have dogs. And our main aim is to make people feel really at home. Look around and you can understand why we're still here. Just a wonderful spot to live.
Around 1,500 people live in the 350 homes let by the estates. It's a high number, but with pressure on waiting lists, there's awareness that there's still a great need for more rural housing. The estates have also provided land for affordable homes in the past and are continuing to investigate what can be done to alleviate the rural housing shortage. Managing the day-to-day business of the Devon Estates are a team of 75 full and part-time employees. Some are based at the Roll Estate Office, purpose-built to minimise its environmental impact and provide the best possible working conditions. In the last few years, it's estimated that changes in the estate's working practices have saved over 20,000 road miles, the equivalent of 17 tonnes of carbon emissions. In some cases, it's technology that presents the green solution. A video conference with the North Devon team saves miles of driving.
An element of it, subset of the Royal Marines Band to come on the 6th.
And the fact that the 2 estates are 50 miles apart So it's very, very useful for us to be able to see everyone in the conference room down there and have our meetings or conversations or whatever without having to drive down to East Devon.
A large number of the Clinton team have been with the estates for many years, and their feedback led to the business being recognised as one of the top companies to work for in Britain in a Sunday Times award scheme.
I've been here for about 9 years now, and we're a very close team. It's fun working here, really fun, and as I say, no 2 days are ever the same.
I've worked for the estate for nearly 17 years in various parts. Initially started cleaning in Droop Farm when we had the holiday cottages. Worked in the old estate office as before, then the sawmills, and now back into here, and I absolutely love being back in here.
The Royal Estate Office sits in Grade 1 listed parkland, which is also home to Bicton Arena. From local pony club camps to British eventing horse trials and British show jumping competitions, the top-class equestrian facilities offer something for everyone.
We've been coming here for, a good many years, and it's always been the highlight of our year, really, Bicton.
Oh, fabulous. It's just fantastic. I don't think I've been to a better site for outdoor jumping.
A short distance from Bicton Arena and covering 2,800 acres are the network of 7 commons and 1 area of moorland which form the East Devon Pebblebed Heaths, a site of special scientific interest which is one of the largest remaining areas of lowland heath in England. These heaths are home to rare species of flora and fauna, as well as exercising Royal Marines, who have trained here since the Second World War, even helping with the management of the fragile environment. Every single Royal Marine will have crawled through the gorse of the commons at some point in their career.
I think it grabs you because it's such an open spot. I mean, here we are in the middle of Devon, we're right on the edge of Exeter, we're right on the edge of quite a few big towns. The motorway's within sort of half a mile away, and yet here we are in the middle of nowhere, and although we're looking out and I can see 2 or 3 people walking, there are probably 100 people somewhere on this heathlands, and you can't even see them.
In 1930, the estate signed a deed allowing the public access to the common for air and exercise. Today, it's estimated that around 500,000 visits are paid to the commons each year by horse riders, cyclists and dog walkers.
Well, we like to get away from the roads because the dogs aren't that keen on traffic, and you can walk for miles, and undisturbed really, and appreciate the wildlife.
For 5 centuries, Clinton Devon Estates has been an important part of the local landscape. Today, it continues to set its sights on the long term. The estate's ethos recognises that its future aspirations for communities and the environment can only be met if they are underpinned by a sound business, generating wealth for the local economy. With a team of highly qualified professionals at the helm, Clinton Devon Estates is building a reputation as a leader when it comes to addressing so many of the issues which we face in the 21st century. Climate change, pollution, habitat loss, dwindling water supply, and the threat to local communities which can't thrive without places to work and live.